and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Hearthstone Legendary Series Season 2, Week 2. Camdos are still holding it down here with TJ. It's been a long day, but a really fun one so far, and we still got 2 matches left in Group B.
6 matches in. Please send help. No, but yeah, it has been a fun day. It's been an exciting day of games. We've seen a wide variety of decks and player styles. It's always nice to see those Taiwanese players come in because they always bring something different.
As we take another look, by the way, at the group standings so far, just to recap in case you weren't tuning in earlier in the show, this is the way Group A shook down. Lemurian, in very surprising fashion, being the 2-0 player taking first place in Group A.
Yeah, and then Luffy, unfortunately, won't be joining us tomorrow. He was eliminated today after going 0-2. And, of course, Kalento and Tom, both with 1-1 scores, will compete tomorrow for those elimination matches at their chance to make it to that finals. Yeah,
but either way, one of the BlizzCon 2014 players from Group A will be eliminated tomorrow, not making it to our semifinals.
Yeah.
A fairly surprising result there. Now, so far in Group B, for those of you who are just tuning in, Trump is 1-0, took a win over Leadpaint. In fairly convincing fashion, by the way. And we did just see Roger take down SilentStorm, which took all 5 games.
Yeah, that was a really close series, but the last game was really one-sided in Roger's favor. SilentStorm's tried and true Demon Lock deck just didn't really stand up to Oil Rogue as much as I think he would have hoped. But I believe we're going to the losers match next.
Yep, that's right. So it's going to be SilentStorm versus Leadpaint. And definitely excited to see how this one shakes down. I don't want to count Leadpaint out just yet, especially given the experience we had in Group A earlier.
Yeah.
It is Hearthstone. It's anybody's game. And we do see that the first match is going to be SilentStorm's Paladin versus Leadpaint's Druid.
Yeah, and SilentStorm, he always has a rhythm to how he plays. In Season 1, we had a different format. We had it was like an ESL exclusive format. He always had the same pattern of like what decks he chooses to go into matches, what decks he chooses in the blind pick stages, and it seems to be the same way now with the Conquest. Open with Paladin, most likely his Warlock's going to be his ace that he's going to save for last, and I like that sort of style because you get into that rhythm. You know what matchups are stronger. You know your deck's strengths. He knows that Paladins has the best matchups against the most things. So I like the way he goes about a lot of his deck choices and his matchup choices.
Okay. And the Druid also being a really safe first pick, too, to try to get an early lead. Druid's another one of those classes that doesn't suffer from these big swings in matchups. It's always kind of within that 60 or 40 range. They're either favored or they're slightly against it, you know.
Even in their worst matchup, they still have like a 40
percent chance.
Usually even closer to 50.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you can never count out the power of a turn 1 or a turn 2 wild growth, that's for sure.
Yep.
So, I think you're going to throw everything but the Wrath. Yep, that's exactly right. Wrath being, oh wow, he's actually got a really nice hand here to deal with some of the early board presence of the Paladin.
Oh yeah. Innovate out that shade. Actually, Dr. might change things.
I also don't know if I would innervate out the shade because that slows down the potential to keeper.
Yeah.
For instance, if that Knife Juggler comes down, it feels pretty good to just innervate the keeper.
Yeah.
Get rid of it, and then have a 2/4 body of your own.
He does have the Wrath, so I think that changes things a little bit because he can
do it.
Wrath next turn, and then he has to coin Keeper for the following turn after that.
Sure.
So this is a pretty... Wow.
I don't think that changes things.
Yeah.
Not this turn, at least.
Well, no. Okay, I like it because the likelihood that he gets all 3 juggles on you, even if he has muster for battle the following turn, pretty low.
Yeah, that's true.
It would suck.
It would suck really badly.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay.
All right, the dream is officially dead with that juggle. Are all 3 going to go to the face? Okay. All right, so one of the definite strengths of the Paladin deck, too, is that it has this unique ability to play in so many different and versatile ways.
Yeah.
You know, some games it looks like this where you're seeing knife juggles and a ton of 1/1s and it's this sort of aggro-y zoo deck. Other games it's playing slow and a little more control-y.
And the Paladin just, I mean, this is one of the reasons why they're so strong. That's a really great start for Leadpaint, but he still is just not in that great of a position because he's going to start putting out these big threats. Shoot a mini bot, so tough to deal with. Paladin Shredder, he has a Quartermaster as well, so at least a couple of these are probably going to live.
Yeah.
I'd imagine Innervate Dr. Boom is going to come out here just because of how powerful that play is.
Yeah.
He would only leave a coin and 2 wraths in his hand.
Yeah, that doesn't feel very good. And coming up on turn 5, it looks like he wants to respect the Quartermaster a bit.
All right.
Probably going to cycle with Wrath and Hero Power. Shoot. I feel like it's a bit of a overplay to coin and then do the other Wrath to completely clear the board, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, next turn he can coin Dr. Boom.
A little too greedy, that would be.
Yeah. Not even greedy, just misguided.
Yeah. There you go. We chalk it up to greed, but maybe it's just bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be coin Dr. Boom.
His hand is terrible, though.
Yes, it really is.
Very clunky. He wouldn't even be able to utilize the Innervate in a good way. He needs creatures. Ancient Allure would be a fantastic draw for next turn.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got the
really
Wrath
would.
as a potential cycle, perhaps.
Now, by some miracle,
Let me think.
if both Boombots are alive, which obviously, but if they were, or at least something is still left besides just Dr. Boom here. But then the Sludge Belcher just came off the top too, so that would slow that down. Because I'm looking at double Savage Roar thinking, that doesn't even necessarily need Force of Nature to be a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's true.
But of course we see the Aldor Peacekeeper come down. And not even the most punishing of Boombot explosions either.
Yeah. He might even Savage Roar this turn just to... yeah, he could cycle for 1 on the Shielded Minibot and then Savage Roar to clear the board. But that seems
do that
weak.
instead of Wrathing. If you're going to Wrath, I feel like the Peacekeeper's your target for 3.
Yeah, that's true.
And then if you're really concerned about the shield, I mean, you've got Dr. Boom now effectively the killer of all tiny minions for potentially up to 7 turns.
And if he draws into Savage Roar, or Force of Nature, all of a sudden he's got a 22 damage burst combo already in his hand.
Because he does have the Innervate as well.
Yeah. I think Sludge Belcher Hero Power is better to play that turn, but I guess he...
No respect for the combo.
Yeah. Well, even...
I mean, it's... He doesn't count on his opponent necessarily having Innervate. I guess since it's turn 8, you know, that makes you respect it a little bit less.
Well, hello, little friend.
Yeah, nice off the top. Still doesn't get to that Force of Nature, but does get a couple pretty high impact cards.
He's worried about leaving that up, but I mean, like, Paladin can't really benefit it from it as they're not going to really make huge explosive plays. They're going to make really good plays, but
so he could have. He didn't, but he could have innervated Savage Roar and then used his Shade to finish off Thorson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think this is a little bit better because next turn... Wow. Okay, so next turn he can actually Judah the Claw.
Yeah.
Double Innervate with Savage Roar.
Wow.
Which by itself is 12 damage.
Yeah.
So he has 1 creature on the board. The Shade, which would be up to 8 health, that's 20 damage. That's it.
There it is.
That's game.
Oh, no. Sludge Belcher comes down wisely. Okay.
Okay, Spectator Client, you see the mana spent before the card is played? That was scary, though.
That was definitely.
That was very scary. He's going to try and calculate here, but I think
I think Thorsan feels great right now.
Oh, yeah. When does Thorsan not feel great?
Oh, you know.
You have no cards in your hand?
I was just going to say, I'm trying to think. Top Deck Wars doesn't feel that good.
Yeah.
It is still a 5/5, though, if you're Top Deck Wars.
Yeah. You don't have any cards left in your deck or your hand?
All right, so he's going to give up the dream of the double Savage Roar combo with Thorsan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just sort of take the safe approach play. He's already got his opponent down to 12. He's got a nice, decent-sized body wall to stand in the way of any more face damage himself.
Oh, Defender Vargas is a fantastic draw.
Sure is.
Because now he can Defender Vargas up 2 targets, plus trade cleanly into the Druid of the Claw, and auto and throw his True Silver Champion to heal for 5 in the Zombie Chow.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, he might.
I think at this point he's feeling safe enough to just make sure that that shade is down.
Yeah.
He's thinking about it, though. He's thinking, can he get through this wall if he has combo and still deal 12 damage to me?
Force of Nature Savage Roar is still lethal next turn if he doesn't kill the Zombie Chow.
Yep.
So he needs to do that. See? It's a silence.
All right. Wild Growth. Can cycle. And then with the cycle, he's still, even if he picks up Force of Nature and uses Innervate to do it, that's still not lethal. Big Game Hunter, just a body at this point.
Yeah.
And the Nerubian Egg, the piloted shredder that just keeps popping out something new every time you kill one version of it. Oh, man. And there goes any potential for a Savage Roar win now.
Yikes.
Okay, this looks rough. So the one good thing that he's got going for him right now is that the Paladin's basically out of cards.
Yeah, but you always got to think, Lay on Hands is going to come sooner or later. And since you just gave up combo, most of the time the Paladin's going to be able to stay in the game longer than the Druid's going to be able to stay in the game. He still hasn't even seen Tyrion.
Yeah.
And I think he's used both keepers.
2 arms, men.
Giving the dude 2 more arms.
I was going to say, when he says to arms men, but it's a man.
Yeah.
Would be one of those cute little additions that they put in the game. Kind of like when you play Illidan Stormrage versus a Druid.
Yeah.
He says, hello, brother, instead of you're not prepared.
Yeah.
That would have been a good one.
Like, 2 arms, buddy.
2 arms, bro. Let's do this. Here we go.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think you got to put down the Big Game Hunter.
Yeah.
What else are you going to use it on?
He's top decking.
Yeah. It's just top deck versus top deck.
And actually, he's at 9 health, so...
Yeah. So there's 6 damage on the board. True Silver wins.
I think he's used both True Silvers, actually.
Okay.
So I actually didn't think he had any way to win there. But he's still in a great spot here. He's higher health total.
Yeah.
He's got better cards still remaining in his deck.
Absolutely.
He's a little bit immune to sort of, well, not so much, but immune to AoE. But I guess it doesn't really matter because Drew doesn't have AoE.
Yeah,
Swipe.
other than
Swipe's
Swipe,
not going to touch it.
Swipe is not going to be very good against this board.
Yeah.
And now he gets his board basically completely Shrek'd. Other than a 1/3 piloted shredder left.
I don't think there's any way out here for Leadpaint.
No.
Well, there's the Force of Nature.
Hey, that buys him a turn. That buys him some time to think of something.
Yeah, he can clear the board here aside from just the 1/1.
Just the 1/1, yeah, just the silver hand.
And the egg, of course.
Yeah, the egg, right. But the Paladin doesn't really have any way to activate an egg.
Yeah, usually he has Defender Vargas, but usually they only run 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no real way. But again, he stays alive.
Yep. Oh! All right. So if he runs 2 Big Game Hunters or Deathwing.
Even Deathwing. He's still
he creates a 4/4, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the auto concede. He doesn't even want to see what the next card was going to be.
It was a piloted
Looks
shredder.
like it was a piloted shredder, right? All right, so game 1 in the books. Moving forward.
SilentStorm, I mean, it's pretty consistently picked up that first win.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, consistently over a two-match pool.
Over twice.
That's 100%. That's consistency.
Well, if you look back to earlier on to Season 1, if I'm not mistaken, he was pretty dominant. He was usually going up early in the series.
Yeah, he did it with Shaman, too. He was known for playing Shaman. He was in the Challenger Cup like 3 times, and the match day a couple times as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of his victories were really quick. He plays fast as well.
Okay.
You notice a lot of players will do the whole mulligan dance where they sort of wait for the other player to mulligan.
Right.
So they're not giving anything away.
Yeah, absolutely.
He just goes boom, 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 done. Plays fast. I've never seen him rope. A couple times he ropes, but usually it's only when there's a super complicated play. Sure. He's not a serial ropist.
Well, I'm not touching that one with a 20-foot pole. SilentStorm gets the win with his Paladin. Means he's got to win with a Warrior and a Warlock in order to seal the deal and stay alive in Group B to try to make it into the semifinals tomorrow. Do you think he's going to try? It seems like his Warlock is probably, ironically maybe, his weakest deck for the current meta. Do you think he goes for that one? Oh, there you have it.
Yeah, I think he's adjusting his playstyle a little bit because he realizes that his Warrior against this deck lineup is the ace. Because his Warrior is going to, well, I don't know.
I think you're right.
I think he wants to try and match up the Warrior with the Hunter because he knows that the Warrior is going to do the best against the Hunter because it's going to struggle a little bit against Mage and Druid.
Right.
So this is actually good because he's going to try and pick up the win with the Warlock here, and then force the last game where all he has to win with the Warrior. So he has to match up against the Hunter at some point.
Right.
And so I think this is smart choice.
Yeah, he could find himself in a similar position that Kalento was in earlier in Group A, where he's up 2-0.
Yeah.
He's got a control Warrior left, and he's got 3 chances just to sneak one win in there.
Yeah. And one of those games is a Hunter.
And one of them is a Hunter in this case.
All right, so Mech Mage versus Demon Lock. I'm not so sure how this matchup goes down. But that's a Bane of Doom.
That is absolutely, unequivocally a Bane of Doom, which he decides to go ahead, like you said, too, quickly mulligan.
Yeah, he like knows.
Doesn't mind giving any information out to his opponents.
Spreadsheet in his brain of what he wants to keep.
He
plays by instinct. Oh, this is a really great curve here.
Yeah, it is.
Next turn, he can Mech Warper plus coin out either an Anoiltron or a Snow Chugger.
Yeah, depending on what we see here, kind of changes his mind maybe. I think at this point, Snow Chugger instead of Anoiltron.
Yeah, it'd be weaker to Hellfire.
Yeah, it would, but then you've kind of got the Anoiltron there for in case he does, say on turn 4, put down, if you don't realize it's a Demon Lock, if it's this SilentStorm Demon Lock. Say on turn 4 he puts down the Twilight Drake. Okay, well I've got the Anoiltron at least to just sort of be the little thorn in the side to protect my more important mechs, you know, in the meantime.
Well, this could end up being a really blowout game. Now, the one thing he does have is,
I hate putting down. I see why he thinks he has to, though. Put down the Abusive Sergeant just as your only minion, because things are already getting way out of hand here.
Yeah.
You know, so I can absolutely see why, but it never feels good. You always want to use the Abusive Sergeant to either push for crazy, even more pressure, maybe even that extra for lethal, or at least to get a nice trade up into something juicy.
Yeah. He gets value out of Mortal Coil, but yeah, you can even utilize Abusive Sergeant to make a BGH target out of a 5 damage. You can use it as something to buff up a weaker creature to make a bigger Shadow Flame.
Yeah.
There's just so many uses for it. And I was thinking you can even just Abusive Sergeant Powerwhelming Shadow Flame for a big AoE board clear.
Oh yeah.
For 6 mana, which could get you back in the game. So now he won't have Shadow Flame targets at all unless he draws into something small, like Void Caller or his Mistress of Pain.
And he's already got him down to 11 health.
He's dead.
Yeah.
He can anti-Keelbot here to put himself back up to 19. But
now he did miss 1 damage there. Do you think he did that purposefully for some sort of a respect for Mountain Giant?
Molten Giant Shadow Flame.
Yeah, there you go.
He was I mean, no, because he still would have had enough mana. Because he had 5 mana, he would have been able to play 1 damage.
Yeah.
1 mana. I don't know.
Because I noticed he took that trade. He took the trade with the Mech Warper before laying down the Annoyatron.
Yeah.
Which left him off curve with only 1 mana.
Yeah.
Whereas he could have snuck a woven in that hero power. Too.
Sometimes you're playing Mech Mage and you just get like so like bloodthirsty that you just forget how to play the game and you still win.
Yeah. Well, wow, he's already got the Fireball in hand. He's got 9 damage representing on the board when you count his hero power.
Here's the small draw power overwhelming Shadow Flame, but it's really only going to take out the Cogmaster in the first part of the. And all he needs. Oh well.
The gift that keeps on giving once again.
That keeps him alive though.
Yeah, it absolutely does.
For now.
But the Sky Golem's going to put on the pressure once again. Turn 7, Dr. Boom doesn't keep you alive. Although, he doesn't realize there's a Fireball in hand, but there's so much damage in the Mage Arsenal that you're dead to.
Blast Mage.
Yeah, Blast Mage,
Frostbolt.
Frostbolt, Fireball, you name it.
A Strong Breeze.
All right, well that'll do it. Leadpaint evening up the series with a quick and convincing win over SilentStorm's Demon Lock.
And that Demon Lock, he wants to match up the Warrior against the Hunter, but he's also wants to match up the Warlock against the Hunter. Because so the 2 decks that Leadpaint has left are the Paladin and the No, he's got
the
Druid and the Hunter.
The Druid and the Hunter left. I think we might see the Hunter brought out here.
Yeah, it's a possibility. But actually, the Warlock deck, I think SilentStorm's in a good spot because that Warlock deck could take wins against both of those. He just has to dodge the Druid from the Warrior.
Sure.
So I would imagine SilentStorm just going with the Warlock again here.
Yeah, just sticking with it.
Yeah, and hoping that he matches up against Druid.
Okay.
I think, the smart play here would be Hunter. He needs to try and get a Hunter win against the Warlock.
Right, before he has to run into the Warrior.
Before he has to run into the Warrior.
Yep.
So smart play would be to go Hunter, and smart play for SilentStorm would be to go Warlock. It's going to be rough for Leadpaint either way. Because he's got to sneak past something with that Hunter.
Right. And, well, he does go with the smart play that we thought, but then he runs headlong into the Warrior when he might have been expecting him to stick to that Warlock.
Yeah, and this is really good because SilentStorm now, if he picks up this win, then his Warlock can pick up wins easily against both the other decks.
Sure.
So he dodged the Druid. That's basically all he was trying to do. He realized that Hunter would be the smart play for Leadpaint. And so he says, I'll switch it up, go with Warrior, collect my points.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are no points.
The one thing, too, though, is that there's always the chance that the face Hunter just gets that perfect curve, just always throwing damage at your face. And it is a face Hunter, by the way, not the more mid-range variation.
We haven't even seen the Hunter, but we know it's a face Hunter.
Yeah, it's pretty safe to assume, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who runs high mains and sludge belchers in a Hunter, really?
I think mid-range Hunter is a little bit of a liability right now just because it just gets wrecked by Mech Mage. There's just no race potential a lot of the times. You can have a really weak curve out and then you just get steamrolled. Yeah,
that is always the strangest thing too when you find yourself up against a Hunter on the ladder and he passes turn 1. And then just hero powers you on turn 2.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait a second, what? What is this guy doing?
This is a great start here for SilentStorm.
Yeah.
Unstable Ghoul as well. The icing on the cake.
Absolutely. Gonna do some serious cleanup duty. Wow, throwing the explosive trap down.
Yeah, well, he doesn't want to play
I guess it's the safest play, yeah.
Doesn't want to play Abusive Sergeant into nothing. Plays a Knife Juggler, trades that Cruel Taskmaster's got 2 for 1.
Right.
You don't want to play Explosive Trap into Armor Smith. So it's really just easy play.
Kind of the only option.
I don't know about this play. I mean, I guess it's okay, but
it's rough.
Okay.
It's rough because I guess now you have to use your weapon so that at least, well, yeah. Don't you want to save the owl for a belcher later?
No, you
just go.
Yeah. If I have the potential to go face,
I guess
I will go face.
I guess you're right.
Don't you know the face hunter creed?
Don't play enough face hunter.
Yeah.
I'm always thinking about what's a reasonable trade here. What? A reasonable what?
Didn't you take the face hunter oath? If I can go face, I will go face.
Yes, Scout's honor.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's still pouring on 8 damage in this turn, as the face hunter is wont to do.
The war's at 13 health.
Wow. Yeah, the warrior's gonna have to start to stabilize here soon, though. But now he's looking at, with this play, he's gonna take 7 more damage this turn.
Yeah.
Which is going to put him down to 8 health.
Most of the time when you're playing against a face hunter as a warrior, you get to sub 10 health before you stabilize.
Yeah.
Because you need to get to those later game turns where you can clear plus lay threats instead of just clearing or instead of just laying threats.
Choosing to put down the scientist too, as opposed to taking another hero power. I think I would have taken just more face damage.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, and this is where it starts to turn. Hunter's out of cards.
Right.
Doesn't have much reach.
Well, he's hanging on to that owl, and if he's able to keep the armor low and keep him right in that sort of soft spot, he could wind up just top deck in skill command.
That's true.
You know,
yeah.
He's got the owl not only to get past the taunt, but then also to activate the 5 damage out of the skill command.
Yeah, but his window is slowly starting to close here.
It is.
Shield block is the safe player, so
yeah.
That kill command off the top, he can. Oh wow.
Nice.
Plus armor smith. Oh wow.
Yeah.
And then he can flood the board next turn, eat the explosive trap.
Wow.
And gain health from it.
I wonder.
Nice. Well played. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have any idea how Face Hunter's going to come back from this one.
Yeah.
I mean, even one kill command at a time, you know, isn't really going to do anything.
With no beast in hand as well.
Yeah.
Leadpaint's already going to his notebook.
Yeah.
It's what he goes to when at the end of a match you can see him write down. Face Hunter just puts a giant red X through it. Skull and crossbones.
Never again.
I'm not bringing that again. That was awkward.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. He's just going to let the boombots get explosive trap for the chance that they kill.
He knows that he can't do 10 damage with any single card. Or 8 damage for that matter.
Yeah. Well, I think he's just hoping to potentially almost offensively take out the Worgen Infiltrator with one of the boombots. He's like, I've got the answer to everything you try to do, you scummy face hunter. He's seen both owls, so now Sludge Belcher's just trades for days, protection for days.
You can just Alex Straza here. But most likely just going to be Sludge Belcher armor up.
Yeah.
And Leadpaint might just be staying in this to see what this warrior deck has in it.
Sure.
Most of the face hunters would have conceded minutes
Ages ago, yeah.
They'd already be
well, there's
knee deep
the kill
into their
command.
next match.
Too little, too late for kill command on that one. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's all he's doing right now. He's just trying to see if he can bait his opponent to play something. SilentStorm putting on the War Axe doesn't give anything away, though. Perfect lethal.
All right, SilentStorm 1 game away from at least securing his spot tomorrow, and Leadpaint's on the rope here. He's 1 game away from elimination.
That's right. So now SilentStorm has to find a win with his Warlock. He hasn't been able to so far. No matter how many wins he got months ago at the Season 1 LAN Finals, now he's got to find a way to take down, either a Druid or a Hunter.
Yeah, and both those matchups are pretty good for this Warlock. Historically, he preyed on Druids and Hunters the whole tournament, which was the 2 most popular classes, I think, during the Legendary Series LAN Finals. And he just gobbled them up.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Hunter just struggled so much because you have Void Callers, Mistress of Pain, like even just Mortal Coils. You get those in your hand at the start, and Defender of Argus. You Defender Argus, Mistress of Pains, it's game over. Like, the Hunter can't do anything. You're just negating his hero power turn after turn after turn.
Sure.
And so Druid has a better chance, I think. But this Demon Lock, you deal with the Void Caller, a bigger threat comes out. Sometimes you just can lose the game from there because of how much of a threat some of those things can be.
Well, we'll see how this goes. We'll see if Thorisan is able to change that match at all versus this Demon Lock, which was preyed upon last season. But I don't know. I think you're right. I think it's going to be really tough. I've got some experience playing this Demon Lock myself, and I've definitely had a fun time playing against the Druids.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I haven't played it much in a while. I haven't really seen what this new meta might have in store for it.
I think SilentStorm's trying to hold on to the Demon Lock a bit too long here.
Yeah. I also don't run Bane of Doom in mine.
Well, you should. You should. I think Bane of Doom is the new thing. The new thing.
Yes.
I think in a couple months, maybe even not even a couple months, maybe in just a month, maybe even in a week, everybody's going to be running Bane of Doom.
Maybe everybody already is. I mean, you and I are not actually playing Hearthstone right now.
Yeah,
the entire ladder could be overrun with double Bane of Doom decks.
Little do you know, I have my tablet here right next to me. I'm going to load up some Hearthstone and play some Demon Lock with Bane of Doom while we're casting.
Very good.
Naganis.
All right, picking up the Wild Growth, still has the coin, and look at this curve from the Druid.
Fantastic. Beautiful.
Yeah. If the Druid's going to beat this Demon Lock, it's going to be with a curve that looks a lot like that.
Yep. Implosion, I mean, this is pretty good hand for SilentStorm as well. I mean, he's got both Mortal Coils to utilize those for draw. He's got his Void Caller. He needs to draw into another demon, but once he does that, he's sitting pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, even if he doesn't draw into another demon, though, Void Caller represents a significant threat.
Yeah, it might even get silenced.
Right, exactly. If you can bait something like that out, no problem. Yeah, and he decides to put it out, knowing full well he's got no demon in hand. Again, hopefully we'll see how Leadpaint responds.
Might just push out the Emperor here.
Yeah, I like it. Not going to over-respond. Just going to make his power play.
And that's a pretty big power play.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Look at what it immediately does to his curve, right? You've got 1 mana spells now. Oh, boy.
He can guarantee a Doom Guard.
Yep.
Plus set up for pretty fantastic Implosion. Or he doesn't even have to.
No, yeah, you Abusive Sergeant. Use the Void Caller, finish off Thorisan, pull out the Doom Guard.
You can even Implosion your own egg for style. But this is the more reasonable play.
Of course, of course. We're not necessarily the biggest fans of reasonable plays here.
Okay.
Okay.
This is still pretty good.
Yeah. I guess he wants to save the Abusive Sergeant for the... For either the extra damage to push lethal or to trade up using that egg against something. Yeah.
But this is, I mean, there's so many options to do the same thing, really, for Demon Lock.
Right.
And
I mean, he's got Defender in there somewhere.
Yeah. The only real way to get good at this deck is to just have a lot of experience. And SilentStorm's, I mean, he pretty much invented this version of the deck.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty good way to be able to deal with that board.
That is a great way to deal with that board. Brought to you by Emperor Thorisan.
Yeah.
Hero Power, Swipe, and Wrath.
Well, actually, he would have done this
on turn 5 because he Wild Growthed early in the game.
He actually would have done the same exact thing, sans Hero Power.
Right.
Because Hero Power only did 1 damage to that Void Walker.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, still, that 1 damage could come in handy later on. Oh, Implosion on his own.
Doing it.
Wow, just 2s all day.
Yeah, that's rough. Makes the play... I don't know how much I love that. Just against Druid.
He's seen swipe though, so he can be pretty confident in playing into it.
Right. There's nothing worse than when you tell yourself that though. Okay, I've seen the swipe, so I can go ahead and make this crazy greedy play right now. He's like, oh, cool, thanks, because I've got both.
Yeah. And then
they always emote thank you.
But then you can say to yourself, okay, now I've seen both swipes.
Now my next implosion is guaranteed not to get punished.
Then you feel even better. So in a weird, twisted way, you want the second swipe to come out.
All right. Not sure if I agree, but we'll let we'll let the people at home be the judge of that
just
one.
Don't think about it. Just go with it.
Just go with it. Perfect.
So he opts not to go with the Ancient of Lore there because he realizes that getting rid of that Voidwalker and protecting his shade is a pretty big deal. Because otherwise it would have just gotten traded in. I mean, he's going to get Mortal Coiled.
Well, he's going to get Mortal Coiled, right?
Yeah.
And he probably knows that it will. Although a bit of a look of surprise on his face when he saw it.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah. He's going to leverage the Power of Overwhelming
Power Overwhelming plus Abusive. Oh, no, the Bane of Doom!
Oh!
The Bane of Doom!
What this? I'm so excited
What's
right
it going to do?
Oh!
Oh,
See?
Lord!
Like,
oh my goodness.
There's so many good demons that you can pull. Doomguard, Illidan, Mal'Ganis, Jiraxis, Dread Infernal.
Yeah.
There's more good demons than bad demons, because bad demons, Flame Imp, Voidwalker, Void Caller is still even good.
Yeah. I was going to say, none of them are even necessarily bad.
Blood Imp.
Yeah. I guess there's yeah. That would be a real shame.
Yeah.
To spend 5 mana to do 2 damage to something and summon a 0/1.
Yeah, and that card wasn't in his deck. So it's not like you're summoning a demon from your deck.
Right.
You're just producing from nothing a
demon. So even though he's able to clean that up, look at how
beautiful,
inefficient it had to be.
Yeah, a Keeper for 2 and then a Wrath?
Yeah. All right, he's able to load up a little bit more on cards. But Lord Jiraxis and Mal'Ganis already sitting in hand. I feel like all SilentStorm has to do is just buy it a little bit more time.
Yep.
Stay out of combo range just a little longer and really just put the stranglehold on this match.
Yeah. I mean, what does he even want to come out here? Does he want the Mal'Ganis or does he want the Jiraxis? It's hard to say.
Well, he doesn't have any Taunt Giver in hand.
Yeah.
So I guess you want Mal'Ganis.
Yeah. See if he's going to roll anything.
Go!
4 2 damage implosions.
That is brutal.
Yeah. I mean, he can Dark Bomb it to clean it up.
Yeah.
But that doesn't feel great.
No. No, it doesn't. What's he going to pull? Jiraxis? All right. So now, as long as he does draw into one of his Taunt Givers, have we noticed, does he run 2 Defenders, Vargas, or is it?
I think it's just 1.
I think it might just be 1, yeah.
A 4/16?
Yeah, but if he pulls that out of his deck, how are you ever going to get through that as the Druid?
Unless you have Black Knight, it's going to be so hard.
Yeah.
Sylvanas.
Yeah, Sylvanas is one option. But then you've got to deal with this little army of 1 health creatures before to get some sort of a guarantee that you actually get the big one.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough.
I mean, you also, a lot of times, you forget about the interaction between Mal'Ganis and demons.
Mm-hmm. The +2/+2.
+2/+2.
Right.
So there's actually quite a bit of damage sitting on the board. I mean, Leadpaint's still relatively healthy.
Yeah.
But give it a couple turns and...
Gosh, do you do it and just run the risk that he steals either Mal'Ganis or Jiraxis? Because there's also 50-50 that all he takes is an Imp, which will immediately turn into a 1/1. You could even put the Voidwalker down.
Voidwalker.
And Mal'Ganis. Turns the Voidwalker into a 3/5. Okay, Healbot. Yeah.
He's got to heal.
Less greedy.
If he's not going to deal with Sylvanas this turn,
yeah.
The Druid's throwing so many cards, the combo would kill him.
I was going to say, the combo is already in hand as well.
There we go. The combo. Is Jiraxis still green? Oh, he's still...
No!
Oh,
okay.
He attacked with it.
Yeah, he attacked with it. That's
got me too excited.
Yeah, that's
spectator
just the spectator client, right? So the Druid, Leadpaint has combo in hand. He's also got Innervate in hand in case he were to pick up.
Two Bane of Dooms.
Yeah, now
Look at that board.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
You sing your song.
Probably the best. My favorite in the game, I believe.
Yeah. That's just
that's
really
devastating.
Intimidating, scary board. He can kill Mal'Ganis, but he's still staring at, what, 8 damage?
Yeah. By the way, SilentStorm running double Bane of Doom.
Yeah.
Not just one
Bane of Doom, the ultimate counter to the big game hunter.
He's about to get more value out of it, exactly.
If he gets Mal'Ganis,
oh
he
my
wins.
gosh, could you imagine? Okay.
Wait, yeah, 8 plus 6, 14. If he gets Mal'Ganis out of the Bane of Doom, he wins.
Yeah. All right. We'll see what he's going to get. It seems like the most obvious play.
Yeah, the most obvious play. Just
well,
pull
hold on.
Mal'Ganis
He's
out
got
of your
power overwhelming, so he's already got, so that'd be 7, 8,
12
11,
damage.
12.
Yeah. I mean, he could pull a Doom Guard out as well to win.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it.
Yeah, because you miss out on the Battle Cry, right? So even if you pull, what's the 6/6 that deals 1 damage to everything?
Dread Infernal.
Yeah, even if you pull the Dread Infernal, you miss out on that.
Yeah.
All right, Bane of Doom. TJ.
Yeah.
What are you going to do if Bane of Doom wins this game right now? Oh, he should have Bane of Doom before swinging with everything, right? In case it was...
oh, you can Bane of Doom the face.
Oh, you can Bane it. It's to a character, not a minion. Shows how much I know about playing Bane of Doom.
Yep. I was thinking it was like Mortal Coil.
Yeah, same here. I thought it
Who
might have
knows?
had to target a minion.
Who knew?
You know, he killed the character with Bane of Doom, too, and we missed what demon.
He got Mistress of Pain.
Oh, he got Mistress of Pain from it. Okay, awesome.
That's a crazy interaction. You still summon the demon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, man.
When it matters the most. So, all right, an impressive win. Yeah, SilentStorm takes it 3-1, stays alive in Group B, where he's going to be winding up playing tomorrow against the loser of our next match.
Yeah.
Now, our next match is the winner's match, and it's going to be Trump versus Roger. Any predictions?
I don't know. It's a tough one. Both those guys played pretty well, but not like over the top exceptionally in their first matchups. So I don't know. It's going to be a good matchup though. I think both these players are on the up and up. Trump recently finished top 4 at the Xfinity tournament last weekend. Roger placed second at the Vi Game House Cup. Trump's pretty high ranked in the Kingwin Pro League that's been going on. So both these guys have been having steadily increased success, at least for Trump, in competitive play since he's mostly an arena player, but should be good. Should be good.
Well, that's exactly what I was just going to say. Is I'm personally a huge fan of Trump. It is definitely due to Trump that I learned anything about Hearthstone. Because when I first started playing, it was really early in the beta, but it was Trump that actually taught me how to play. So it's really nice to see him doing pretty well in competitive, and we'll see if he's able to guarantee himself getting into the semifinals when he goes up against Roger coming up next. Now, before we take a break, we do want to give a big shout out to our sponsors. Thank you very much, Plantronics and Gigabyte, for making all of this possible. Couldn't do it without you. And of course, we want to hear from all of you at home. Tweet at us at ESL Hearthstone using the hashtag HLS.
And we'll be checking those tweets periodically throughout the day. And of course, if you want to yell at us for not knowing that Bane of Doom could target could target the face. People always joke like, "Oh yeah, well, like target the face." What do they always say?
Wrath the face
Wrath
is the
the
one
face,
I usually see. Yeah.
Wrath the face. You can actually Bane of Doom the face.
Yes, you can.
Today I learned.
TIL.
It's embarrassing, but whatever.
And before I get to mention it also, we're still giving away a ton of goodies. ESL.gg/legendary giveaway. Throw your hat in the ring for a chance to win Plantronics Rig Headset, 5 expert packs from the classic collection of Hearthstone. And don't go anywhere, because up next we are going to have our final match of the day. If you've been in here with us since the beginning, you are a champion. Thank you so much.
God bless.
So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.